And let's
Yay,
go.
buffer.
Right. Hey, this is Daryl as a service, and I'm madly clicking away because if I can hold it up.
Mm. Oh,
Oh,
hold on.
is that your
Hold on.
noise?
Nope, that's not my noise. You didn't hear anything. You're imagining things, and maybe you need to see a doctor.
I think I do. Um, as the it usually goes, we have a few technical issues or whatever, and this time it's a Elgato Stream Deck that wants to do an update, but definitely doesn't want to run, and someone left their audio
Right.
on. Anyway, we're here. We've got lots to talk through.
Yes, we do. Let's get on with it.
Yeah,
Quit
that's not going to
making,
be any use. This is going to be useful. Oosh, we've got that. We are into my message center. We are going to try
yes,
and do 2 weeks worth of messages, aren't we, dude?
we are, man. We got a lot to go through, and there's some important, cool stuff in here. So we're gonna plow through it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. You might have noticed if you caught our very brief Periscope that something has appeared in at least one of our one of our Microsoft Teams experiences. We'll come back to that. That's perfect for this morning and blurry-eyedness. Um,
Yep. First up,
we're going to stay informed with modern library content types and document templates. Yeah. Now,
and
this is
you
something.
talked about this last time, right, Daryl? It was in the tech community, and you
Yes,
highlighted that blog post, right?
that's right. Yeah. Now, this is. I think this is. We're into democratization. I've used that word a lot these days. But man,
Hmm.
when we were creating templates and content types and various things for libraries, was that a average person's job, Dan?
Nope, it was not. It was the site owner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not only that, but if you were a site owner, you really needed to have site owner skills. You couldn't just be
that's right.
a regular Joe or Joanne. Sorry, Joanne.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was good.
Sorry, not
Um,
sorry.
yeah, yeah, that's right. But I mean, it was not an easy task. You had to understand what content types were and creating them and metadata
Mhm.
and hooking that into our all sorts of things to make it work. But it
Yep.
looks like it's as simple now as going to a library. You'll be able to go in your add menu, and if you've got the right permissions, you can upload a template.
Yep.
Hoorah! Good.
Yep.
Well, I'm
I
pretty
mean,
happy about that.
no, you talked about it last time. I was
Mm.
about to say last week, but it wasn't last
So
week.
yeah,
But
okay.
last time.
What you're
So
saying is get moving, Daryl. We've got more. There's the message. You've seen the blog post, and I'm pretty sure additional information opens up to it. Yes, good. New tab. Good.
yep.
Yeah, that's the one. Chris McNulty and his funny-looking face. Um,
Hey now.
well, look, it's real. It's kind of he needs to do a different profile photo. It's a bit.
But that'll make fun. All right.
Okay.
Next message.
Next message. Behave.
This one
New.
is interesting, Daryl,
Yeah.
because normally we have I don't know that I've seen I can't remember another update that's been like this, but they're saying they're rolling out an update to Outlook
Mm-hmm.
for a that is a coming soon and allowing users to be able to kind of see the new ribbon and the new user experience that's going to happen in Outlook. And so that's the feature that's rolling out is
Yeah.
a letting users preview. So this is an interesting kind of update, but I think it's really good that not only have they released that in the message center, but it's a major update. It's a hello, we're about to push this out to your users. It's going to be on. You need to take action if you don't want it to be on. So
Mm.
I think that's cool, right?
Yeah.
That they're doing that.
So this is the announcement saying the coming soon feature is coming soon.
Hmm.
Mm.
That's right. The coming soon feature is coming.
Yeah, but you're right. It
Table
is.
that. Then you need to you need to do so.
Yeah, that's right. It is something that yeah, I like that approach that you can turn it on, turn it off again at the
Mhm.
user level rather than at the admin level, and people can drive that experience. Oh, I just noticed that I've got in the Teams call your face over your face, and here we go.
Oh.
We're all so organized this morning.
Well, this coming soon tool, to disable it, you have to change it as a policy setting. So, again, when we talk about paying attention to these releases and taking action, then you need to do that. This is definitely one of those. If you don't want that preview, that coming soon feature happening, then you definitely need to block it.
But yeah, I remember a few months back when they first showed us some stuff, there was some previews and the like of what the new Office looks like and the new ribbon. Just to allay some concerns there, sure, the new ribbon is your condensed, compact, only a few buttons that you would commonly use, and you can change up a few, but the full ribbon is right there. You can expand it, it's right there, so don't be too concerned. Anyway, we spent enough time on that. Opt-in toggle to try the early new Outlook on the web. Would you say this is the same thing, but the Outlook on the web experience?
I think so, and this is just the bringing it to you to be able to switch it. Yes, your administrative controls can enable or disable this, but it is on by default. So making sure that if you're in targeted release, you may already have it. It's supposed to roll out a week ago, so just make sure that you're just watching that. But yeah, it's kind of the same thing.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, good. We have something to action by the 1st of October. Insight services in Excel, and some changes there. We've got this feature is already available in English language. We're rolling out additional languages.
Yeah, this is really actually pretty cool. It's very similar to the Insights functionality that we've had in Power BI for a while. So being able to highlight content in Excel. So this is tabular data, and it has to be clean. It can't be messy. It can't have nesting or blank rows or columns. It has to be really clean data. But once you select that and then you go up and click that Insights button, it's going to give you insights on your data. So again, this is just like the quick insights in Power BI, being able to say things like, "Hey, it looks like this item has increased over the last few months," or this one has decreased over the last. Just giving you those those insights. But outliers. Hey, wow, if you plot this data, there's some outliers here. You might want to look at that. So I think this is really cool for those data scientists, or those armchair data scientists maybe, but those people that are working with data and they're wanting to get, what does this data mean? I see all these numbers and I can create graphs, but I don't know exactly how what graph would work to get me the information I need. I love this update.
So this is the continuing pattern of bringing AI into Office. We've seen that already with PowerPoint. And hey, what do you think about this Outlook? This layout that would look quite good. Excuse me. And so for people like me who are not hot on Excel, anything that will recognize a pattern there and show me some data in a different way is really good. I like the way you said armchair data analysts. It's like, hey, my knee's playing up. Looks like there's some pretty bad data coming in.
I mean, there's a lot of them. I think for the vast majority of people who work with data in Excel, they know at least a little bit about how to do some tables and maybe some Power Pivot and create some charts. And I mean, you get that. And so I need to copyright that or trademark that, but that armchair data scientist being able to just take your data and get some information out of it and make it useful, right? We don't need to kick it up to the data scientist or some sort of high-end machine learning kind of process. We can get insights right on our desktop. So I love this update.
You're into Power BI. Do you have anything like this which makes any suggestions with a data set?
Yeah. So the quick insights for Power BI on PowerBI.com, we've had it for a long time. Being able to say, here's a data set, click a button for gain insight, for the quick insights, and it'll give you a bunch of visualizations trying to, just give you some, hey, it looks like this is happening, or, spend on this product has gradually increased over time, or, whatever. It's the same kind of stuff. So bringing it to Excel and not being reliant on Power BI, this is great. And then you take that knowledge and then go into Power BI if you need to, right?
Yeah. That's it. Looking, and I've got a feeling we're going to be hearing a bit more about AI at Ignite. A lot of work going in that corner there. What have we got in this next one? Is more around the operations of the message center. So if you are a different admin role, then these email notifications can be customized to suit the way that you work and use the message center.
Right.
So how does this affect me? Customized admin roles will start receiving email notifications for the message center and can customize them based on their preferences. So you won't just get them all thrown out at you. You might only be interested in a certain service such as SharePoint, and you'll get just those ones related to that. So that's cool.
Yep. Agree. I more insight to what's going on. Of course, you can just watch our show and get most of the highlights anyway. But if you want to get an email, sure, fine.
I know. I mean, we haven't quite got our link into the message center messages, but as a official, we should. We're not polished enough to it. Updated feature: removal of the footnote in your group emails that you are following.
I actually love this.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this one,
So this has got to do with Office 365 groups?
It does. And so when you receive an email from a Office 365 group, someone sent an email to the group and you are subscribed to, you're following the group's inbox, meaning you get copies of the emails in your inbox as well. Then there's a footnote on the email that you receive that says, click here to unsubscribe from this. Basically no longer receiving emails from the group. And the reason I love this is because it's too easy to go, oh, I'll click that. And then some users don't really get what they just did. And you've just now unsubscribed from the group inbox. And if you're not in the habit of going and looking at the group inbox, you're not going to know what's going on at all, ever again. And someone's going to come up and say, you're going to be in a meeting, or someone's going to come up and say, hey, you remember that email from so-and-so, a week ago telling you to do something. Of course, they didn't mention you, so you didn't get an alert, but they told you to do something. Did you do it? It's like, what?
Yeah.
So I just don't like that. And I've seen it in other services too, like Flow. Microsoft Flow will send you an email or send you emails, and then there's that unsubscribe, and you click it, you don't get any more emails.
No.
And it's like gone. And
that's it.
People are
How do you turn them back on again?
Yeah. That's a great question, Daryl.
Yeah.
When I asked the product team about it, the Flow product team about it, they actually put up a Microsoft Forms and a document and had people fill it out if they wanted to be resubscribed to those emails.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's leave that one for now. I'm sure there's a feature coming. All right. Oh, hey, look, I found this one interesting.
I like this one too.
365 Preparedness for Hurricane Florence. So this is an update in the message center. Remember how we talked about the message center being relevant to where you are in the world and your data centers?
Yep.
Yeah. So this one, I mean, definitely it's important that not only is there Hurricane Florence, but there's Hurricane whatever it's called over in in Hong Kong, and Typhoon rather, yeah. If we were talking about locality, the Hong Kong one would probably be more relevant to me, and particularly those of us that might not have changed from the Pacific
Data Center.
Yeah, that's the one. Right. Yeah, Asia Pacific Data Centers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think this is more about don't worry, we've got this covered. This is why we have multiple data centers and how we can do failover. There's a bit of authenticity and honesty in here. Sometimes we haven't seen that failover happen, like recently with that outage that kind of affected sign-ins in one of the US data centers.
Yeah.
But good to see that they're calling this out, and you can always reach the status MSFT365 status on Twitter. There is the status page as well. Sorry, that was status.microsoft.com.
Right.
And so that's how you can find out what's going on.
So did you? You skipped one there's one in mind that was before this, and it's the suggested replies in Outlook on the web. Did you have that?
Let me close this out and see if it's there.
148154.
No, tell us about it, or do you want to share it? Suggested
we don't
replies.
We don't need to get complicated. Can I send you a link to the additional information?
Sure. How would you do that? Oh, we're in Teams. That's kind of handy, isn't it?
Boom.
Drop it on and
done. So this is suggested replies in Outlook on the web. It is MC148154. And of course, remember we do a blog post showing the recap blog post. Mm-hmm. So what this is when Outlook on the web, number one, remember that's what this is right now, when it senses that a question has been posed to you, it will suggest responses. And we've seen this in various technologies, right? If you're using Facebook or, any of those messaging kind of applications, they all do this. Mm-hmm. They pop up, yes, thanks, or LinkedIn does it too. When you're in LinkedIn and you're looking at messages people have sent you, there's these quick responses that you can send to them.
Yeah.
So you're seeing this example here on the site. Hey, can you come to tomorrow's meeting? I like this. Now, I agree with you. We're probably going to hear even more AI kind of information from Microsoft here in the next, let's call it a week or so. But I think this is great because instead of having to type everything, you can just click on the thing and be done with it. I like it.
Yep. And the pattern being that they try this sort of thing out in the web experience, and then how can we bring that into the full desktop client, into the mobile client? We start seeing it all sorts of places. I wonder how suggestive those responses are going to get. You know what I mean? Like, is the AI going to understand how I talk to Dan, so it's going to pick up on certain words?
I doubt it.
It's going to help me make fun of him, or because that's what we do.
I doubt that. I heavily doubt that, actually, because no one should do that.
Oh, okay. But I've got a license to. I qualified.
Uh-huh.
Oh, never mind. What else have we got here? A data export in Microsoft Bookings. All right.
Yeah, so have you used Microsoft Bookings?
Not really, but I mean, I know that it's another clever way that you could, I expose my calendar through, just the free busy information. Mm-hmm. Have in the past added that to the bottom of my signature so that people can just go in and see that. But Bookings takes it one further and allows you to actually make a booking with that person.
Yeah.
So that data export, and we're adding a link to the homepage of Bookings to export to a TSV. Oh, tab. Yeah, the tab delimited.
But so my question here is why? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not criticizing. I just don't know. Why do you need to do this? Is it because it's not linked to Outlook and so you want to show, but shouldn't they already be in Outlook? I really just don't understand why you would want to do this.
So it's not
maybe somebody in the chat room knows. I know they're on a little bit of delay. Maybe we can switch over in a little bit, but I really don't understand why you would want to do this. I have no idea.
So we output, so we can go to the site itself and see our schedule. People can book time with us. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I haven't used Booking. So you're saying it doesn't actually connect into my calendar and drop an event?
No, I think it does.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Well, I don't know. Certainly
know.
would be.
This is
To me, it would be the point of it.
yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean that's so putting it out each row each time. I mean, does this give you more power to be able to import it into SharePoint calendars?
Yeah, maybe Erica is in the chat room saying so you can import the data in other tools outside of the Microsoft world. So I agree with that. I think that's true. I'd like to know the use case. I'm not saying there isn't one, because I haven't used Bookings, so I'd like to know what the use case is. I'm using Booking.
Oh, I'm doing it? Oh, okay. Sorry. Here we go.
Hello, the Microsoft world, so I need to do that on a regular basis. And that begs the question, are we going to be able to automate this, right, with something like Flow? So.
I tried to just change to the scene where I could drop in our link for the live chat, and I just swapped over to a video that we've pre-recorded, remember, with Seb over and when you visited the offices and drew on the wall. Oh,
yeah.
He didn't do that. Never mind.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
No, not at all. What else have we got?
Erica's talking about billing software, maybe. Yeah. So so that could be a use case for that.
Totally. Yeah. I think we should start a new segment on the show, because we sometimes just gloss over this and go, it's the monthly updates. We get them, and this is what happens, and this is the announcement to make you aware that if you update your feature set on the cadence where you get monthly feature updates, here they are. I think we should do like a favorite feature of the month, where we get the new Office, we see something that pops in, and Dan's favorite feature is, because we just need that sort of booming echo feature of the month. Anyway,
okay.
You got a favorite feature of the month out of this? I mean, because there's quite a list of stuff.
I do actually have a favorite feature of the month.
Mm-hmm.
Let me read them first. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. My favorite feature is making turning off the forwarding of meeting invites. That's something that I have said before. Hey, I'd prefer this not get forwarded, or control who gets invited to my meetings, and so that's my favorite feature, hands down.
Yep.
I mean, there's some cool stuff in here. Being able to turn your Visio diagram into a Power BI visualization. Oh, that's top notch. But I think for a vast majority of people and how long I've been waiting for it, being able to prevent that forwarding of meeting invites is huge for me. What about you?
Well, that's actually not in this list. And I don't think it appeared in Office, but it's something I noticed yesterday. And that's what I was asking you about. How do you display your mobile screen when you're doing your recordings using AirServer? I've got AirServer too, but I've got funky stuff going on this morning with my machine. I would usually use a cable. I'm not going to try and hold it up, but if you go into the Microsoft Teams mobile client, you might see a few different options when you take a picture and you're adding it to chat. We see the Office Lens styled filters, so that while you're in a chat, then you can say, I want to change this to take a picture of a whiteboard and contrast it so that it's easy to read. I want to take a picture of a document, it flattens it out, and then there's your business card one. So I saw this as like, that's also just in time for when maybe some of us might be taking pictures of business cards when we're at a conference.
It's cool.
Yeah, no, it is good.
Yeah, cool.
Flattens thing out. It's that core feature set that was developed in Office Lens that Although,
and I love that. Office Lens. I use it all the time because I'll be in a meeting, somebody, you do the card exchange because that's still kind of the norm, and I'll take a picture of it while we're kind of getting started, and then I'll just hand it back to them because I save it to OneNote in my contacts list, and so now it's searchable. It takes the image, right, and then it grabs OCRs it and grabs all the text, and it's fantastic functionality. So I like this coming into Teams.
Right. So it doesn't do the OCRing yet in the mobile app for Teams.
Right.
It does business card, and that I know that it's roughly the size. I'm going to flatten it out for you so you can just hold it up, and it'll still have your thumb in the picture, of course.
Right.
Don't put your thumb over the phone number. That's the
Put it
most
down on the
important thing.
desk.
Come on now. Yeah, exactly.
Put it down on the desk.
Or on your head, and do a little business card selfie, and what is it called? Indian poker? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, that won't work. I'm sure it doesn't work on the selfie cam anyway. So, but yeah, that I think that's. Do you find the OCR stuff the useful part? Does it do a good job with reading that?
It does a fantastic job. When I'm using Lens, Office Lens, and I take a picture of a business card, I haven't had it once fail. Now, if it's a crazy business card and it's a weird, crazy font and, that kind of stuff, then you kind of expect it to be, have some issues. But, traditional business cards with traditional font, it'll work every time. At least it has for me. And again, and it also it not only does OCR and puts the text in the OneNote, it creates a contact card.
Yes.
So you can double click it and import it into Outlook, and it saves the image of the picture. So if it is wrong, then you can update it. That functionality, hands down, everyone should have Office Lens, and exporting that to OneNote. That's my...
Yeah. Well, I'll extend that conversation a bit. So, we see Delve features across other different experiences in Office 365. You can go here and see it on the contact card and all sorts of places. I've seen the same pattern with Office Lens, that those three kind of core things are in scanning to OneDrive. You can go into OneNote and fire up your camera, and you get the same three choices now that it's in Teams. If we can just extend that scanning of the business card to those three experiences, that would be super. Here it comes. Philosophical.
Mm-mm.
Oh my goodness, I'm losing some brain cells.
No, it's because it's so early there, my friend.
Well,
we forgive you.
Among other things.
Yeah. It's early and you stayed up late, I'm sure. I'm wondering, how we can use workflow to do that. So I agree with you. I think, what is my number one word that I love when I'm working with technology and on different platforms? My number one thing is I want consistency, right? So if we're using Office Lens, I want it to work the same way in this platform and that platform. So I agree with you. I think it would be nice to be able to do, I want to take a picture of a business card, and I've told it it's a business card. I want it to do those three things. I want text, I want the picture of it, and I want a contact card, and I want to put it wherever want to put it. So, yeah.
I wonder if there's any other scanning and picture scenarios that we could ask for. Now that I'm thinking about it, there's this blur feature that you don't have, but I do. Would that be useful to take a picture with Office Lens?
It's doing that when that whole little image thing. Yeah. So that's basically what it's doing anyway.
Yeah, fair cool. Oh, there we go. There's a bit of a hiccup in YouTube.
Remember, everybody, it's going to be on Tuesday, and not Monday, and it's going to start at 11, right? So 11 Eastern time, which is 10 my time, which means it's 2 hours earlier than what we normally do. So it's the next day, but 2 hours earlier.
Yeah, like 2 a.m. at New Zealand. So sorry, Suzanne Hunt, I don't expect you to stay up or get up. Right. But that's what the recording's there for. That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
It's going to be professional. It's going to look. It's going to look like this. Look, yeah.
No. We had the honor of that last year, and it's a pretty sweet place. They have changed the location, so I think that there is a really big audience area, and it looks like we've got about 100 or so people that are interested in attending the live recording. Wasn't like that last year, was it, dude?
No, it wasn't, but it's a welcomed. We're all for that, and I think it's going to be a great time. It's not just going to be just this. We're going to talk a little bit about the announcements, but then also interview. And so it's going to be a good time. So please do join us.
Yeah, that interview, Mark Ziok, he's on the team that's responsible for the roadmap and the message center. So it's going to be really interesting to dig in and hear about how that works and what sort of changes we expect to see there. And also, it's going to be a busy week, so there'll be a lot of stuff in the Message Center to talk about. Last thing I'll say about that, given that it's a live show and that we'll have a few people there, let's rustle a few people along. Our mate Al from the team has been helping out us with some swag. We might even have some T-shirts to throw out.
Whoa, now, don't be promising things you can't deliver. I'm just saying.
Oh, no, I can deliver everything.
Great.
I used to be a postman, but... yeah, okay. We'll finish there. 2 minutes over. Thanks. We'll be respectful of your time, online audience. And for those of you watching, later on, that's your time. I'm not going to respect that. Oh, that was our people today. This is Homes Tonight. Oh, we're out. Bye-bye now.